Another week passed. Week 7 coming up in fantasy football already.
It felt like it breezed by, but really it did because it was really only Wednesday night to Monday night when we're doing the videos this week. So
I guess so.
We're working a little
matter.
earlier.
It's week 7. That's silly.
It's ridiculous.
All right, Jim, you got a quarterback you need this week. By the way, first tell people who's on the bye. That's your good thing.
Bye weeks this week, we're looking at Buffalo, Cincinnati, the Giants, the Eagles, the 49ers, and the Patriots.
So
which
that's
means
probably 4.
Fitzpatrick, Manning, Vic, Brady, probably Alex Smith that's out. You're probably not playing Andy Dalton, but you might want to when you look at who's available this week.
Right.
You
might wish you had Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
All right, so who's your first guy you're picking up besides Tebow?
Listen,
Would it be Tebow?
If he's available in your league and you need a quarterback with what's
Against
here
the
right
Dolphins,
now, I'd probably pick up Tebow. Even though I hate him, I think he's probably the best option of what's available.
I just love to hear you say it, Jim.
Second best, I'm probably going with Curtis Painter. Against the Saints are probably going to score a little bit. They're going to have to throw to stay in the game a little. The Saints D is not that great. The Buccaneers made them look silly. The Green Bay Packers have made them look silly. No, they're not either of those two teams, but they can throw the ball a little bit and they can score a little bit. So I have a feeling Curtis Painter's going to have a decent day as to what's out there.
And in the coin toss in the Cleveland-Seattle game, I'm going with Colt McCoy.
I'm going with Jackson. I think Colt McCoy is – I mean, listen, Jackson's way more athletic than he is. I think the receivers on the Seattle side are better than on the Cleveland side, so that's where I'm going. I don't think it really has anything to do with the quarterback. It has to do with the weapons that are around him.
I think it's pretty even receiver-wise. I don't think either team has stellar receivers. And
Really?
I think
Muhammad Massaquoi and Greg Little are the same as Sidney Rice and Jonathan Baldwin?
Sidney Rice isn't even Sidney Rice right now.
He's still okay.
He's okay.
He's better than Greg Little or Muhammad Massaquoi, although I like to say his name way better. And then the other one you got McCoy. So you got, if Tebow's available, you got him. You're looking McCoy, you're looking Jackson, or you're looking Curtis Painter. Really not a lot out there. You might also
hopefully you drafted a good backup.
Maybe keep your eye out. Maybe the Raiders signed David Garrard, and he's somebody that you might want to pick up, or keep your fingers crossed. They might announce
Carson Palmer.
No, Terrell Pryor. They might say Terrell Pryor's going to start. If he's going to start, I'd probably pick him up over any of these guys.
Not a chance. He probably isn't even taking snaps.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, that's the quarterbacks this week. Week 7. Remember your bye weeks.
We got to do our sits first.
Sit them.
Let's go sits. Now, listen, there's not a lot to go there, so you're stepping out here. You're not going to sit Mark Sanchez to play Jackson or to play Curtis Painter. But if you have somebody else and you're thinking about playing Mark Sanchez, they're playing against the Chargers. Hasn't looked good this year.
Oh, he looks good. Oh,
well,
you mean
on
in
GQ
football.
magazine. I'm not talking about in reality. You got Donovan McNabb. You're probably sitting him. Probably sitting him. He looked really good this week. His team's not scoring anything. You don't get style points, and unless you get like 27 bonus points for having a high completion percentage, which he had this past week, he did nothing.
And so the Eagles can think they're smart. You're also sitting Kevin Cobb, the other quarterback that they got rid of.
Yeah, he's one of them. And the same thing with Matt Castle. I'm probably sitting Matt Castle.
Although I will say this, man, it sounds bad to say Kevin Cobb going against the Pittsburgh Steelers defense.
Well, Pittsburgh Steelers defense isn't what they used to be.
No. So if you're between, do I sit Cobb and pick up one of these other scrubs that's out there, you got to play Cobb. But if you've got another matchup, you probably don't want to have Kevin Cobb in there until he just proves he can do something.
I mean, listen, it's you're not saying nothing to say you're going to start Cam Newton instead of Kevin Cobb. That's not really that.
Before the season, would you have said it?
No, I wouldn't. I would have thought Kevin Cobb was going to be better. But if you're looking at Josh Freeman, I would be playing Josh Freeman this week.
Of course.
Well, before this past week, he didn't do anything all year.
After the San Francisco game, you would have thought maybe that's not the answer.
Right.
So.
Right.
And Matt Castle. I mean, listen.
There's worse options out there.
There are worse options out there, but again, if you've got someone better in front of them, sit Castle.
If you're going back and forth, the Raiders defense is underrated. They're a lot better than people give them credit for, and the Raiders are probably going to make the playoffs.
All right, now we're signing out.
Facebook /Suicide Fantasy Football, Twitter SFF.com. Fantasy Football Overload, Monday nights, the new time, 8 o'clock, Monday Night Preview, the Week in Review, and the Weekend Preview, and our Suicide Fantasy Football
2 weeks away from back to being live from Lincoln Financial Field at the One Crazy Fan.
You get to hear Eric drunk and stuttering for an Eagles tailgate.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. Maybe we'll put the flip cam out there and we'll see Eric breakdancing doing a backspin.
I haven't broke dance
since Vegas when you high-fived the hooker. You breakdance it. Yeah.
I'm just saying at the link.
Right, okay.
Because that one dude was a really good breakdancer. And I'm like,
yeah, you can't be going to have it like that. Yeah.
All right, we will talk to you in a little bit. Check out running backs, tight ends, wide receivers.